Hey, what's up? We're back again, second time today. So if you weren't around earlier, we streamed about, what was it, 3.5 hours from the bicycle. So it actually worked out pretty good. I see that, Logan, you asked one of the problems we were having. So I was using I'm using the camera I'm using now, which is on a gimbal, and you can control it with a joystick. Uh, for some reason, every once in a while, it would just go to the side and down. I don't really know why that happened. I didn't have time to do the research. I know Dimitri looked it up and it said something about it being unbalanced. So it was kind of, well, you can't see that because the mic, well, it was at a slight angle because it's on my backpack strap. But the gimbal had auto levels, but for some reason it would just go off once in a while or it would start pointing down. So I'm not sure why it would do that. You don't need to balance a DJI like you would a gimbal for a big camera because it's all integrated. It's one piece. It doesn't come apart. So, yeah, didn't figure out why that happened. I'll have to do some research. One thing I did figure out, we had the Osmo. It's running wirelessly when I live stream. On my bike right here, it's plugged in and hardwired, which is why we almost never have a problem. One thing I realized is when it dropped out, I just needed to turn the hotspot on my my iPhone off and turn it back on. People say, yeah, the Osmo Pocket 3 is not as stable for wireless streaming as the action cameras, and then also the iPhone isn't as good as like the Google Pixels or Androids for running hotspots. But for 3.5 hours, we only lost it here and there, and once I realized the hotspot thing and I could reset that, it was pretty good. So overall, for just a one carrier stream around Akron, I have to say it seemed to be pretty good. I haven't watched any of it back yet. When we went in the back of Dirty River, I ended up losing the connection for a while, which isn't surprising, going in the back of a building. I lost it for a little bit too because Kenny gave us a tour of the brewery, and then I didn't realize it, but when we came back, I had accidentally hit a button, so I had switched to my phone's camera, which you can do, which was shooting up my nose at my face while Kenny was showing us all the cool brew equipment, so I missed some of that, but still got some of it in the end. So that's how it goes. I'm learning. It's hard to keep up on chat when I'm riding my bike and I'm not used to it, but I think that's something I'll get better at. So we'll do it sometimes. It'll probably always be random. I don't imagine. I mean, there's probably be a few times where I'll say I'm going to stream something, but like today, I wanted to test it out and I just dropped it into Discord and headed out. Anyways, let's get to tonight's stream. So tonight we'll probably keep it a little short because, like I said, I've already been chatting for 3.5 hours. I could feel it in my voice. So what's up, Nate? And what's up, Rock? Yeah, that intro makes you miss summer riding. I used to change them seasonally, and I just don't now. But what's up, Frank? Manhands said winter riding has been great, but looking forward to the spring. Yeah, our problem right now is we have all that up and down, so it's just kind of makes it a little bit of a mess. Like the towpath would have been a swamp. I asked people and didn't head there. So what's up, Raymond? What's up, Matt, for the second time? What's up, Daniel? Anyone got a spare tuna boat? I know when I was in the bike shop, you got to hear that. So I'm able to set up that live stream that when I do lose connection, it doesn't just go black. I can have a screen it goes to. So it goes to a picture I've set up and then the tuna boat song. The plan eventually is to, I don't know how much I could put in there, but drop some videos in there and maybe change them for each stream so you don't have to watch the same thing. So there could be something at least going on if you want to stick it out. So I don't blame anyone for not sticking that stuff out either. It's a live stream. And that's cool the way Terry Berenson does it is he's using remote servers and it's playing all his best clips from Twitch. Since I'm going directly back to my computer, I don't have the option to do that. So what's up, Dimitri? Yeah, you heard the tuna boat a lot. Yeah, it could just be a wrong gimbal setting too, Dimitri, because I definitely did not look into. It was only set. What is this? Oh, there's a sticker I never removed from this mic. One of those to keep it from getting scratched. Just discovered it now. But yeah, there could be a different setting on the gimbal that like keeps it more solid and less likely to move around. So I'll definitely look into that as well. What's up, Cycling Brian? Okay, I know I saw you earlier as well. Yeah, the sushi place at the end of my strip is good. They're also a full restaurant, so you could sit at the bar and just get sushi, or sit at the restaurant and just get sushi, but they have normal dishes as well. So yeah, really good spot.
What's that?
Uh, what is it called? Not Platinum Dragon. Is it Platinum Dragon? Golden Dragon.
Oh, right here?
Yeah. I assume that's what he means. Did you ever go to the old Golden Dragon before they moved there?
Oh, where was it?
It was down State Road on the other side, about a mile. They actually had like a little river through there, and they had a Japanese side where you sat on the low tables on the ground.
What was the place out in Fairlawn?
Oh, that is a. I actually photographed that when they redesigned it for the person who redesigned the interior. You mean over by Mark's?
Yeah.
Yeah, that place was really good. We went there with the Slays people a couple times.
What the hell? That's going to drive me nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, House of Hunan.
House of Hunan, yeah. And they used to have one downtown Akron, too,
Yeah.
on Exchange. Anyways. Yeah, why does it... I don't... My computer upstairs, I was looking... It was locked when I tried to change it from 60 FPS, Dimitri. And I don't know if that's because I started the stream from the MacBook built-in webcam, and that's set on 60 FPS, because Mobilin's not set on 60 FPS, and the Pocket isn't. And down here right now, I could see that I have it at 24 FPS, which is what I like it better anyways. So I will look into... I don't know why. I was looking at that today when I was starting the stream in OBS before I went live, and then I finally ran out of patience. It seemed like it was locked, and it wouldn't let me change it. So, yeah, that's another thing that I do need to add to the list of things to check out. What's up, bud? What's up, Thrifty Frame Builder? Frank again? Can I use text-to-speech on the live stream chat? John asked. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, there's ways to do all that stuff. TTS. More and more that I need to look up into. Oh, good idea, Dimitri. You said you made a local clips folder and play them from OBS. Yeah, I need to do that. Get some videos on there. Yeah, something. I wonder if there's. You would probably know. There's probably a way to randomize it or anything like that. So, what's up, Dennis? Sticks and tape. Daniel's out in Santa Cruz. Oh, hey, Joe Crutchley. How are you doing? Dave knows Joe.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. Can't change it while streaming. I wonder if I had started the intro before I went into the settings to try to change that. I'll have to look at that. That's a good... I actually need to... That is something I was thinking about, but I will definitely write that down. A couple things to think about. The gimbal setting, the 60 FPS setting. There was one other thing. Oh, the clips. Putting clips in a folder that OBS could pull from. So, yeah. Yeah, I was in the stream settings. But again, you're right. I might have already been streaming. What's up, Gone Riding from Windsor? Yeah, definitely thawed out. It's cold today. It was cold riding today, but all the snow is gone except for where people had piled it up, you know. Oh, Andrew, love to hear that. Yeah. That's one thing I've always said about the channel is I felt like I've said this a number of times, but like it's fun to watch Red Bull videos. It's fun to watch people riding in the most exotic places in the world. But I feel like a lot more people live like we do in Akron, and exploring your town and your area, I always felt would be something that would be relevant to people. 2 lives in one day. I'm going to be a pro streamer. Yeah. Made $10 on the first stream because we got a $10 super chat, so that was nice. I did see, me and Dave were just talking about it before I went live. One of the things I've always liked about Twitch is if you're what's the equivalent of a channel member on YouTube is called subscribing on Twitch. And so subscribers don't have to view ads. It looks like YouTube has added that feature. They had a little notification on my screen when I started the stream. Dave said it's been popping up for weeks. I thought it was just trying to tell me to turn the ads on. I didn't read the second sentence. So I'm going to look into that. I hope there's a way to make it not as overboard as Twitch, because the Twitch ads are absolutely unbearable. But I do like that idea, because like right now these streams are completely member supported and super chat supported as well. But that would definitely be a motivator to make people join at the low, and I would make it so you could join at the lowest, the cheapest level to avoid ads. But I'm interested in that. So, oh, nice, there is a random setting. That's cool. Yeah, to play videos when the stream loses, especially when the stream loses signal, especially with the fact that for right now I'm just doing it with one phone. It'd be cool. But Large, when I was at the bike shop, was saying that he does have a old AT&T iPhone, and I use the Verizon. So if I end up streaming more, it would be worth looking into getting a second signal. So this is what's so cool. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, for in real life streaming, there's an app called Moblin that makes it so streaming wirelessly from your phone is completely possible. And if you have more than one phone, it could actually do what's called bonding, and it could take different services and put them together. So as you switch from like towers, it could switch between different service providers and double up your signal, whatever. I'm not techie on all this stuff, so if that's not the right technical information, it doesn't matter. Basically, it's making your signal way stronger. And it's just really cool, because people used to carry a bunch of equipment. When Terry was first streaming going across the country, I think he was carrying 3 modems and then a device that bonded those all together and turned them into a signal. And now someone's created an app that can just do all of that stuff. So really kind of cool. Like, again, I always loved the idea of live streaming a bike ride, but I'm like, I can't make that investment as a small YouTuber. So. I want to write down that VLC video source thing too, Dimitri. It'll save me some Googling. We could talk about bikes now too. I just was live streaming today. Some of you guys were there, so talking about it a little bit. But I just think it's a really cool thing to be able to do. It's pretty fun. And I said this in the last video. It's like real motivating for me, because making the videos when I go out and ride, is like a fun thing that keeps me entertained when I'm riding in the same kind of spots that I ride all the time and alone. And having like a live chat there makes it like even like the next level of just having some fun. So. And not being just like bored. No. What's up, William? And I've said this before. I mean, you guys are obviously in a live stream. I know live streams aren't for everyone, and in real life, live streams might not be for everyone. But still, I do most of YouTube. It's a lot of stuff that I make videos that I like making, and then it's like I feel the audience I develop will be people who like that stuff. So I feel it's kind of the same way. All the snow gone except for in front of AutoZone. Yeah, it annoys me with the AutoZone right there that they pile up the snow in front of the sidewalks. It's like a bunch of able-bodied people, but that it's just shitty. Run all the ads. No, I can't do it. Can't do it. I know what it's like. The one time I accidentally left the monetization on here, and I saw how many ads YouTube had put in there, I'm like, no way. So if I ever did it, I would be the one placing them too. It'd be like, so I would know, like, we're taking a break, and even if we kept chatting, it would be like in my back of my mind, it'd be like, the conversation needs to pick up when this ad ends and all that. So merch, yeah, definitely support us through the merch too. We still have some of the grab bandanas left, and some of the industrial gravel shirts. We're getting low. Almost all the larges are sold out. All the double and triple X's and all that are sold out. So yeah, doing well. But Micah, I can't remember if I mentioned this last week. Micah is working on a new industrial gravel design. So I think that would be the next run. So if you're interested in the logo we have now, get it before it's gone, because I think we're gonna, I don't know. I like the idea of keep doing different things, not doing the same thing over and over again. So not that I don't believe in like limited edition, like fake, like, what do you call that? Forced. There's a word for that.
What?
There's a word for that where you like, companies do this. They bring out something limited, and then it's like, it forces like a small amount of them. There's a term for it. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's like
You gotta have like seasonal drops.
yeah, seasonal drops. But So I'm not gonna number stuff and like be like, oh yeah, get in early and get the lowest number. Like, you know, like I hate when photographers kind of do it. Like it's super limited. Like there's a time and a place for changing stuff up, which I want to do. But like I said, I'm not. Like, what is the word for that? Like when you, there's totally a word for it. Whatever, doesn't matter.
You're talking about like a limited run of something, right?
Yeah. But when big corporations do it, it's like bullshit, you know. Oh yeah, not play for. I know that, Dimitri, from the intros and the outros on this stream. At first, I had uploaded like nice 4K, or not uploaded. Um, I was playing the intro and outro with 4K videos, and I didn't realize why they were stuttering. So yeah, like oh yeah, gotta dumb it down. This is a live stream. We did stream a couple times in 4K, and it worked out all right. But then we had some issues with sizing, so it was just easier to go back all to 1080. And you don't need to watch a live stream in 4K anyways. I mean,
Well, I'm even looking. I know this is completely different, but kind of in the same realm. Like, did you move away from the latency? You're on normal latency right now.
yeah, wasn't there a reason we did that?
We were using ultra low
Oh,
to keep it kind of in sync with what was actually happening.
yeah. I don't know if there was a reason I switched that. If I read something, but did we do that on YouTube or was that in the OBS?
I'm assuming YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, normal instead of ultra low. I don't know. Maybe we try that again because we haven't been having any issues. This is running at. I cannot figure this out. My stream is stronger down here than it is upstairs, but it's the same modem hardwired to the same computer, to different computers, but
It's got longer to go.
it's about the same.
I guess it would kind of be about the same.
About the same. And so I was wondering if anything with the, like I feel like coaxial cable can't kind of be plugged in. It's either plugged in or it's not plugged in, right? I mean, I don't know. That's another thing I wanted to research. So, yeah. I don't know. Something else I have to look at because when I'm streaming from upstairs, I could see like the dropped frames and the, what is that, kilobits per second, whatever. Like right now it's staying at 10,000. And when I'm upstairs, it was like dropping like crazy. And it's hardwired up there too. I even bought a new dongle. So it's just going USB-C right into one port, not through the dock. That's something Dylan had told me a while ago. So, yeah. I don't know. Also, I want to do the live streams when I'm in real life, streaming to this computer, and I just can't get that to work for some reason. So, studio streams work way better from here. I can't get in real life streams to work from down here. So, there is a different IP address. I was talking to Dimitri about this too, but I don't know. I need to start over. I did it one night and then I ran out of patience. So, Andrew, I've lost track of what you meant by that. Sounds like what Terry B does, but whatever you meant is probably true because I've learned all this from Terry B. So, hey, what's up, Gary? How you doing? Oh yeah, Dimitri. I should take advantage of that. I'm one of the people who try not to reach out and bother anyone, but sometimes, yeah, I need to get better at just asking for help, especially when someone's offering it. So, oh yeah, I will save you a couple bandanas, Pudgy. I think I already put one aside for you. So. Joe Crutchy said, just want to say hi. Love you, boys. Oh, and fun fact, they used to have a framed drawing on the wall at the old Golden Dragon of Liz's family looking like superheroes. Of course they did. I remember I ate there with the old Golden Dragon with my first girlfriend, and we sat on the Japanese side where you sit on the floor with the low tables. Thought it was so cool. And halfway through dinner, I was like, I cannot sit like this anymore. I'm gonna die. I need a chair. But artificial scarcity, Yeah, it's something capitalism, but artificial scarcity. Isn't it scarcity, but with a different word? Doesn't matter. But yeah, we do need Edmund stickers. I have it on my list because I need to order more stickers. The one that's just the logo for this YouTube channel. There's only like 5 left, and I don't want those ones to sell out because I throw those for free into like people buy them. But I also, when people order a bunch of stuff, I always make sure I throw a couple extras in. If you get like a T-shirt and a bandana, so I want to have more of those around. So. Not sure what you mean, pumpkin, meerkat, but I always lose track of what's going on. Super limited edition Fitz bandanas. Yeah, speaking of Edmund, if you are wondering why I'm doing this, he's on my lap right now. Since I was out riding all day, he's happy that I'm here. Yeah, just scarcity, I guess. Yeah, forced scarcity, whatever. Yeah, Chris Barn, I don't know. We did switch to quick connect cables, so I should just to check everything. I should pull the quick connects off and just make sure I'm just screwing it on there at least once, and then watch and see what my bit rates are then. So
That could very well be the problem. I mean,
Amazon,
those were the cheapest Amazon finds.
they are the same thing that's running the stream down here, though. But
It's
who
true.
knows, one could be better than the other. So they could not be doing quality control. So yeah, I have coax to both computers separately. I actually moved the modem on stream nights down here. My dumb ass, instead of buying a long Ethernet cable, Canable. It's not even a word. Instead of buying a long Ethernet cable to run it from the modem, which has 2 ports, to when I move my computer to the other side of the building, I bought a long run of coax and then realized this is stupid. Now I have to move the modem over there, and now it's not connected over here. Instead of ever solving the problem, we bought quick connects. So when I'm doing my normal day-to-day stuff all week long, the modem is over by my upstairs in my office computer. And when I come to stream, I move to the other side of the building where I've drilled a hole in the floor, and the coax goes upstairs, and an Ethernet cable runs across the ceiling and drops down on the other side of these monitors. So, yeah, that's how I'm doing it. It's not smart, but it shouldn't also affect anything unless there's a weak, connection point. But Moblin, our Lord and Savior. Planned obsolescence. Yeah, that was more of a car thing, right? Wasn't that what they? I mean, well, computers, all that stuff. But yeah,
That's like basically planning for it to fail.
Yeah.
So you continue to buy more.
You upgrade down the road. I know that was like, yeah, what GM was like doing that in the 60s and
GM
70s,
did
and then
it.
the Japanese cars came in and ate their lunch, and they had to step up their quality game. But tariff-induced inventory reduction. Yeah. I actually don't know anything about Cat 5. I mean, to be honest, you know, I've never thought about coax or what the connections are on my router, and I don't know. I've always. What do you know about Cat 5? Anything, Dave? My internet, one of my problems in general is the internet here. Download speeds are fine for. I could stream in 4K on my TV. I could watch, over the Wi-Fi. I could watch 4K television and have my phone and my computer all running at the same time. But Spectrum has horrible upload speeds. When I run a speed test, I only get about 10, is that megabytes or megabits per second? I don't know what the term is, 10 MPS, whatever. So, yeah, it's really annoying. I wish the city would just screw these private companies and run fiber right down our main streets. That's what they've done in Fairlawn, Ohio, the suburb a little ways over. To have these slow connections is just insane. And if the private companies won't give us better connections, I believe the public should offer it, and it would still be profitable for the city. So I have friends who live on those gigabit connections, and they're uploading YouTube videos in 10 minutes. That last YouTube video I uploaded took 2 hours. That's pathetic. No one should be living like this anymore. The internet's a utility, so you can't apply for a job without the internet. You know what I mean? Like, it's
True.
a utility. That's how it should be treated. You go into a store and ask for an application, they're like, go to this website. So, yeah. Anyways, also we passed a bill that spent tens of millions giving private companies money to build out fiber, and they just took it and built out their cell services and charged us an arm and a leg for it. It's a gigantic scam. So, yeah. So yeah, I might have a weak point that I need to check out, but I don't need like super fast cables because we don't have super fast internets. So. Mark asked if I've ever done a video on my collection of bicycles. Looks like Jay Leno's garage. I have a playlist. If you go to my channel, there is a playlist, and I've made videos on individual bikes, but it's not finished. It's always been one of my goals to finish that. But between that playlist and my bike gear playlist, almost every bike is covered, but there's not one video where I run through them all. Just the fact that people always ask me about that makes me just want to make one, so right now I could just drop a link and be like, here it is. So that is something I might consider doing, especially if we get more bad weather and I can't ride. My leg's falling asleep, Edmund. But yeah, Edmund is like the most jostle-free cat ever. So if I do need to switch legs, I could probably pull it off. But yeah, so it's something to think about making, just like running through each one and like a quick, thing about it. Oh yeah, Nate, I saw you ask that in the last stream. I typed it into the chat, but you were probably already gone. I believe this building is 1924. It's definitely 1920s, but I do believe it's 1924. So 101 years old. And the back walls worry me. Especially on that side, next to those doors. I want to put some more concrete, like how we put that vertical concrete up.
Yeah.
That wall is kind of bowed out, and when you tap on it, it sounds real hollow. I want to
Well, hopefully it's just like the plaster or whatever.
Yeah. I read that those clay tiles have a 60-year lifespan.
I'm sure.
So we're at 101. Yeah, my building's built out of, I don't know how to describe it. If you've ever seen those like hollow clay bricks, they're like that big with and they have like kind of lines in them. That's what this place is made out of. And yeah, like I said, they're already like 40 years past how long they're supposed to last. So exclusive or special runs, yeah. I guess what I meant is like negative way that people do it. Like I said, when forced demand, forced scarcity is probably the right words. But cool, Eddie, I appreciate that. Yeah, because like I said, I can't do anything about the. I maxed out the speed spectrum the former Time Warner is going to give me, but I should get all the weakness out of my system. So especially with that we do this all the time, and not even for YouTube, even like I have to upload videos to clients, and it's annoying when I need to they come back with a couple edits, I want to get them one, and then it's like, well, if it's going to be in decent quality, you're going to have to wait forever. So when I render drafts, I have to do them in kind of low quality, and then I have to write that in the email. By the way, this isn't rendered in full quality because I didn't want to take it forever to upload. It's just fucking stupid. Yeah, Christopher, I guess that's kind of what I'm saying because, Micah could screen print as many as I need him to. So Greg said Canada has renamed Lake Erie to Lake Sorry Not Sorry. Why don't you guys just name it Lake Canada? Lake Maple Leaf. Lake Canuck. What is Canuck? Is that like an offensive term for Canadians, or is that just a slang term for Canadians?
I don't think it's offensive. I'm not Canadian.
Yeah, that's
so
because
I
you're
don't
an
know.
American. You don't think anything's offensive. You could throw your heart out there like a freaking Nazi. When I walked into the bike shop today, I already talked to the two Bens, and there were some other friends in there. CJ, who's actually a channel member, and Otis finally walked over. He was doing something. He's like, "Are you live streaming?" I said, "Yeah." I was like, "So don't say any of your typical racist bullshit." But right away, I was like, "I'm just kidding, chat. I'm just kidding." Like, just too good of a joke to pass up. But I'm no expert, and I'm also on cold meds, so I may be wrong. I own this place, Kenny. I rented it for a long time, or I don't know, a while, and I think I bought it 5 or 6 years ago. I need to look into that. It's a 12-year mortgage, but I bought it directly from the owner, which is kind of cool. So there's no bank involved. So I own it outright. It's not a land contract, but basically the person I bought it from is the bank. So I pay him interest, and then my insurance is through a separate company. So, which is pretty cool because I lived my life without a lot of financial planning. So this is my retirement fund. I worked at a car wash and a farm that paid us under the table. So, the car wash didn't pay us under the table. I just don't have retirement saved from those years. They offered it, but when you're 20, trying to spend my weekends at Annabelle's. Like stay on your own side. Canuck is just a slang term for Canadians. Andrew Schneider said, artificial scarcity is when they only make 2 of these nuts. Oh, yeah, your other account. I know it's not your usual vibe, but have you looked into doing cheap bike build off at all? Bubbers, I would say it's not my usual vibe. The bikes that are hanging on the wall that people are always asking about are cheap bike builds. There's a couple that have some nice stuff on there, but that is my vibe. So that would be kind of cool. Yeah, and I have a couple more that I was thinking I might do this winter and just really haven't gotten into. Kind of because when I wasn't riding, as I was injured or sick. So, what's up, Benjamin? What's up, Wes? How's it going? Oh, good. I did turn this to live chat. That's the other thing I think I need to do with the IRL live streams is that I think there's just a button that turns it into portrait mode, but I'm riding with the stream this way, and I can't, if the chat goes off the screen, it doesn't let me scroll back, so that's another thing I need to look into is the way the chat is working. Let me add that to my list. If anyone's wondering, it's because we were doing this today, and I just, when you're out there live, you think of things, but I'm the kind of person that needs to write things down, so. Frank, you said you're building a Peugeot U08. Were you in the Discord talking about that, or is that someone different? Because we were chatting about Peugeot U08s in there as well. So, yeah, the one bike build I really wanted to do, and I need to hit up.
Alex Sherwood became a member.
Thanks so much, Alex. Appreciate it. Yeah, the next bike build I wanted to do is I have a Fuji road bike that I stripped down. It's a really big, really tall bike, must be a 60 centimeter. And a friend from Kent, the next town over, reached out and said he had some 650B rim brake wheels. So I thought that would be a cool build to try and go down a wheel size and see how big of tires we could get onto this old road bike and build it up. So kind of make it more like a cross or like a light gravel bike. So that's the build I really want to do this winter. So I need to get back with him. He said hey, I'm out your way sometimes. Hey, hit me up if you're out my way. And then we both chatted a couple times and let it go. But that's kind of the number one thing I want to do. And it would be a cheaper build. But we used to do these even on the live stream. So people have been around for a while know and the level of, everyone's level of what's cheap can be different. We built up the Marin. In general, it was with stuff I had. So it wasn't too expensive. And Pudgy gave me the wheels. But then I put a Thompson seat post on it, which costs more than the entire rest of the build, or even my like Riviera, like a cheap, really cheap bike, everything's cheap on it, but I have like Chinelli stem, which probably no 3T stem and Chinelli bars, which probably cost more than the rest of the bike is worth. So, but I've definitely done the parts bins ones. Like the one we built last winter was the specialized stump jumper, and there was nothing, I think, outside of like new housings that I put on that bike. So everything was something I already had in the parts bins. And then Velo Orange sent me the handlebars we put on there. So that was super cool. The utility rack. I want to get that bike out and do a couple more videos with it as well, because it's a cool bike and I want to use it just to do some like grocery running and all that. They named Lake Huron Lake Canada forever. Oh, you said you're 500 in on a U08 and you're wondering if it's worth it? It'll be worth it if you ride it. You'll never be able to sell a U08 for $500. That doesn't matter if you enjoy it. So, like, my vintage Peugeot is Carbolite 103. It's also straight gauge steel. Little nicer than a U08, but not crazy amount. And again, I fixed it up over the years. I love the bike. I've ridden it over 5,000 miles. So to me, the money I've put into it is worth it. But still, on the open market, it's probably not worth $100. So, vintage bikes, if they don't have provenance, and if it's not a, handmade Italian bike, even some of the bikes made out of the nice steel, Reynolds 531, Columbus SLX, just don't have a lot of value. And that market ebbs and flows. There's times when those bikes become a little more valuable and a little less valuable. But yeah, the money you put into a vintage bike like a U08 is worth it if you like riding the bike. But no, you will not sell that for $500. It'll be worth more parted out. Probably what, that money you put into it, those parts would be worth more on their own. So, and I don't mean that as, it's just a fact, But I think those bikes ride great. I think a lot of the old French bikes ride great. It's just, yeah, not a lot of value there. Oh, gotcha, Bobbers. Yeah. Oh, that I don't like sit there and build bikes on videos. Yeah. Have a 94 GT backwoods you want to build up in crusty shape, and I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, building up old bikes, especially like when they were simpler, is a great way to learn all about them, and it'll help you forever down the road when you have problems because you know how to fix them. And so that's also one of the valuable reasons to build up vintage bikes, is just to learn how everything goes together and works. So. Oh, okay, Frank. Yeah. So I can't keep people's names and screen names on different apps straight. So we were completely talking about U08 builds in the Discord just a couple days ago. So George said, Annabelle's. Give us the name of a few bands you saw there. Jeez.
I don't think we were there for the bands. We were there for the 50 Cent Miller Lights.
Yeah. Actually, we were upstairs a lot, but I've seen a million.
I've seen hundreds of bands. Right?
Yeah. That's almost like when you have like, I'm having like a flood and it's having like a pinch point where I can't like get the names out. But I've seen Kill the Hippies there, seen House Guest there, House Guest never played there, but members of House Guest played in all their other bands there.
I think they played one show there, didn't they?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. What was Steve?
Do like a Halloween show there?
What were a couple of Steve Clements bands? I've seen a Beast. What's the one with Jamie Stillman? I've seen them play there. God. Relaxer. But man, back in the day, Annabelle. Well, we played there. I always thought the bands that we were playing was when we were playing there. So we played at Annabelle's probably more than anywhere else. Maybe the Madison Kent. That might be number one. But probably Annabelle's. But yeah, we were at Annabelle's every night of the week back in the day. Me and Dave lived right around the corner for a long time. Yeah. I remember you half in the bag trying to figure out the race fame system. That's true. Yeah. I think everyone was screaming at me. There's been a couple live streams where I've been kind of buzzed and I'm trying to do mechanic work and everyone's like typing away like crazy in all caps like, no, you idiot, you're putting that crank on the wrong side. All the guys. Yeah. Salty Rider said, lol, I have over 1,200 into my 93 Trek 950. It appears to be a POS to most people. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. The value is in if it, brings you joy, as the kids say. I think every cyclist looks for that project bike. Yeah, and you actually like blasted the paint and everything for sure. And like I don't know if you guys remember that mountain bike haul I took from friend in, well, he lives out in the PNW now, but all the bikes were in Pittsburgh, and I went and picked him up. That's where the team stump jumper came from. Large Marge, yeah, I showed it on the stream earlier. He took the Bridgestone and he sanded that all down, got the paint off, and he's working on rebuilding it up. And that's going to be a really cool bike. It has huge clearance. So, yeah, like I don't think you lose if you build up something you like, And then again, like you said, if you do invest in the components and the bike isn't your thing, if you haven't worn out the components, they usually kind of hold their value anyways. You can put them on a different bike, so. Hey, Chuck, you said spent the day out in the garage with me on the TV. Makes bike maintenance way more fun. Nice. Yeah, I think right before I went live, I think I saw you comment on one of the videos. Just haven't gotten to that yet. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this Velocity is all dented up and ruined. So Yonda at Dirty River actually took the hubs off and rebuilt those wheels with new rims for me. So, yeah, I like the ailerons, but I was riding the Rally on a lot of rough stuff, and I've definitely ruined a couple of them. So, yeah. But I wouldn't really blame those rims as much as I would, riding 42s as I was then, and just really beating them up. Then that's kind of why the Gunner kind of takes the place for that. So I have 55s with the Endurance casing Renaires, and I could ride that when I know I'm going on the real rough stuff. The Rally could still hit the gravel and all that, but I try to avoid like banging it over like the New England stuff and all that. So I think my Trek was an 850. Talked about this a million times, but my first true bike was a Trek hybrid that got stolen when I was at Kent State. So, but those old Treks just make for such great platforms to build out in different ways. Awesome. This one's blue and pink. Need some drop bars though. Yeah. I've always said this, and it's just one thing I throw out there, but Yonda from Dirty River has said if you turn a hybrid into more of a mountain or a bike you're going to ride on rougher stuff, they were never rated for that. I don't know anyone personally who's ever had a problem. I mean, I feel like people have broke more crust bikes than they have vintage Treks. So. Ding dong, you said it's 102 degrees in Perth, Australia. Jeez. Good luck. Stay hydrated, right? I think I would still take 102 degrees over cold. But
I'm pretty much done.
Done with winter now?
Yeah.
Yeah. January was we got all the winter we need. Snow was on the ground every day. It was pretty. It snowed enough to keep it from being that gross, like, old snow that gets dirty.
That dirty brown,
yeah,
black snow.
I got all my snow rides in, which are fun to do a couple times. Yeah. Get a lugged frame if you can. Are you saying that in general or specific to the Treks? It's interesting. I found I don't really have a favorite. I love like a beautiful old lugged frame, but some frames where they've done like the internal brazing and made them totally smooth are really cool too. You think of like a Chinelli Razor, or even my Peugeot is internal, and it's supposed to be more of an aero bike, and it has a cool look. And even like the high end hand built bikes, like in Connecticut, like Chapman does both. And I'm like, if I did have the money for one of these, I don't know how I would decide. So, but you like lugs better, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's what I'm trying to think. Did the All City have the lugged forks?
Oh yeah, I definitely when it comes to forks, like something that has like what do you call that? Not a unicrown, where it actually has where it looks like it's lugged. I don't think you call lugged on a fork. There's like biplane forks, and there's a number of different things they call it. But I definitely, yeah, because the fork from the Raleigh, even though I like that it had a cool looking steel fork, that unicrown has no style. Like just like the one piece look.
What are you talking about?
Like something like that up there, that red one. How it doesn't have like the flat with like the fork blades coming out of it.
Oh yeah. That's what I. Right. But I was just as you were talking about the U08s, just looking at on eBay, and they actually look old and cheap. Granted, that's a relatively cheaper model, but
yeah.
So
But,
I don't know how I feel about it.
But they usually have like the U08s look. They have like decent lugs with usually like outlined lugs as well. So
I don't know. I guess maybe it's the outline. It just seemed they look dated.
Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of they have like the dork discs, and the original cranks have like the chain guard on the. So if you updated that to like something a little nicer, it would definitely help with the look of the bike. A lot of times they have top tube shifters instead of stem shifters instead of down tube, which are real convenient but look cheaper as well.
Yeah.
Christopher, you have to get that advice from someone else. I am all 2x. Like, I don't yeah, 2x. Why have half less gears? Front derailleurs aren't that hard. It's interesting because on the stream today, the earlier one, that's what I had broken is the front derailleur cable, and the 11-speed Shimano derailleurs have more to the mechanism in there. And so Yonda actually explained it on the stream, which was good because I've never really set that one up because Otis built that. I had that bike as 9-speed, and 9-speed derailleurs are simple. They work kind of the same as any old school derailleur did. The 11-speed ones are more, the routing's more complex, and there's a built-in barrel adjuster and all this stuff, and then there's a top cap. So it was kind of actually cool to see the way it went together for the first time. So I never really, and if I did pay attention when Otis built it, we were probably drinking beers, and it's already been years. So that rhymes. But yeah, I don't think, I mean, it depends on what you're building, but if you're doing anything like 9-speed or before, front derailleurs just aren't that complicated. You have 2 limit screws. If your chain's going off this way, move the limit screw, and if your chain's going off this way, move the limit screw, and then the tension is how quick it shifts. If you could set up a rear derailleur, you could set up a front derailleur. Front derailleurs are simpler, I think, but Rivendell's lugs equal awesome for sure. There was also if you guys follow Jeff Frayne, who founded All City and Wild Bikes, he has his other account called Bike Jerks where he sells vintage bikes and he collects them and then sells them, builds them up, keeps them, sells them. He had a Waterford 26-inch wheel touring bike that had some of the coolest looking lugs I had ever seen. So Waterford was one of the old Schwinn factories. That's where my gunner's from. That was their other brand. But yeah, it was super cool with these really long chain stays and sliding dropouts. So if you're on Instagram and you don't follow Bike Jerks, check it out and go look at that Waterford if you like lugged frames. It was sweet.
He just had a post recently about his welds.
Yeah, on
some
his wilds.
Newfangled technology or what?
Yeah.
They were beautiful. Cleanest joints I'd ever seen. But
his lugged frames, whatever they called that bike, was it the Sugarfoot or something he put out? It was a 650B wheel bike, but it was a lugged frame that I thought was beautiful. 'Cause some of the Wilds aren't. The Earthships are. They do lugged Earthships, but most of the ones he sells, his classic bike is.
These weren't lugged though. I don't think.
Oh,
Maybe it was.
That could be the Earthship then, yeah, because they started making.
I forget. It was something new that they were trying. I forget the post at this point, but it was a beautiful bike.
Yeah, Waterford was making his early bikes too.
Oh yeah.
And they made Rivendell's for a while too. I think most Rivendell's are Taiwanese now, right? But Waterford was making Rivendell's too. But yeah, it's a shame that place closed down. But they just went. They closed down just because they all were old and didn't want to do it anymore. No one took it over. They offered it up, but they didn't. They weren't like social media savvy or anything. So who knows? But I think Jeff did look into it. But John Pott, you're down there in 71 degrees Fahrenheit. Real jealous. PW, you said PWB. You're in Buffalo, and with that last negative 7 degree snap, you question why you haven't moved south. Yeah, my back went out when that cold snap hit, and then I got cold, so I wouldn't have been able to ride anyways. But Brian, you have a 1984 Team Fuji. Nice. Flat crown lugged fork, Richard said, is probably what I was talking about there. So, yeah, flat crown forks. Spork. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think I have any really nice looking forks. My Roger Riviere has one that's faux lugged. It's almost they put these cheap chrome pieces over the ends.
Right. I've seen
I
that.
think you always kind of have that too, don't they? I think the fork has kind of like a cheap faux lugged look. Yeah, I can't. It's hard for me to look at my bikes right now because my light for the stream shines right in my eyes. There's one or two that are decent, but an older Della Santa with very nice looking lugs. Huh, I'm not familiar with that brand. Forgot to set up the second monitor where Dave could pull up blurry images of things. It pulled up a restaurant when I typed that in. Opens tomorrow at 11 a.m. I love when I type stuff like in that.
I've never heard of that at all.
What year was it? Because this is just showing me modern bikes that are not lugged at all. Oh, there's one. Corsa Speciale. Let's see. Yeah, this is one on eBay for $1,300, so they must have been nice bikes, right? Let me move that.
Well, eBay's out of control. They got UO8s for $700 on there. That's what I was looking at.
Really? Yeah, you can ask whatever you want on eBay. This actually has the derailleur brace on. Why is this image in crap quality? Come on. This is a cool looking bike, and that fork is sweet. It's like painted in the like lugged fork. Yeah, this guy didn't upload these in quality. Unless maybe when I go full screen. Oh, there we go. No, still not that. You guys might be able to tell if they look bad here. They probably look worse there. It looks like this might be is this a downshifting Dura Ace group set? Those look like Dura Ace levers. Yeah. I don't know if this one you have, but this one's sweet. Made in... I can't see. Where is this from? Columbus. Oh, this is a Campy group set on this one. Campy Chorus.
I think he's from...
Oh, it's an individual builder, huh?
Yeah. I believe was Reno.
And then
No, that's a person.
And then the recommended thing you ride it with is these jeans. $129. If you're gonna spend $1,300 on the bike, you might as well get these Boss jeans, IG design, baggy fit, Saxony Midnight 38M jeans vintage.
How'd you end up there?
It was the next recommended thing.
Oh, we were looking at Boss jeans.
Oh,
What?
that's why I forgot. Yeah, we were. Yeah. I do get that one by is simpler, and people don't want to deal with front derailleurs. I'm just a front derailleur guy. I like 2-bys. So, like I always say, my Raleigh is set up in such a way. You know, Yonda was kind of, it was his idea, but joking about it that. But with the Road Link, man, I have a 3442 and a 5011 on one bike. I mean, that is a range of gears. Like, that's a full-on road gear and a full-on climbing loaded gear. So, you know, you could do that with one by, and then you have to put that giant, like, pie plate on the back. So. Andrew said after going 1x12 with Axis E-Tap on the Wild, you're only ever doing electronic 1x or friction shifting. Cable indexing is dead. then dead in full capital letters. Huh. That's funny to hear you say that. I mean, I get that you can get used to the electronic shifting and not want to go back. Yeah. I don't know. I do both. I do friction and I do cable indexed. But slap 1052 on the back and no tan pans or goat links just friggin' works. Yeah. I hear you. And I agree. Whatever works, whatever works. You're also talking about a super expensive setup, right? So that's the trade-off. So I believe it just works, as long as your batteries are charged. If they're not, it doesn't work. Had an old Cannondale years ago with Campy Record, but the down tube friction shifters. Yeah, man, I rode all down tube friction for a long time, and even that you get used to. I mean, Rock was asking about Pittsburgh advice. Trace Brewing, I know, is a big favorite of the Pittsburghians. We've gone there when we've gone out there. Man, there's a lot of good breweries in Pittsburgh. You should ask that in the Discord because Chris FYB and stuff would give you really good advice. Trace is the one that comes to me off the top of my head, but I know a lot of good places in Pittsburgh that just won't come to me off the top of my head. Also, check out Rock. I'd go back and check out my Strava on the 2 Pittsburgh videos if you want to hit some fun stuff, because Chris and yeah, like I said, when I'm on the spot, I go, my mind goes blank sometimes, but friends out there have shown us like awesome cuts and like really cool views of the city and really cool single track down by the river. So definitely I would type that in YouTube and check out my Strava links for the 2 times we did rides out in Pittsburgh, because they were absolutely awesome. So, and we started and stopped at breweries too, so those would be on the Strava as well. It's funny to hear you guys talking about wind to cool it down, because the wind was right in my face on my way home on the ride tonight, and it made it so cold. So down tube shifters hurt your gonads. Della Santa was Greg LeMond's first sponsor. Huh. I'm surprised I did not realize that, because I am a big LeMond fan and have followed a lot of his bikes. Oh yeah, Yinzer House on Instagram would be good for Pittsburgh advice. That was more of a Jenko build, if you ask me. You guys should see this cat right now. No, you can't, actually. He's just like burying his head. You can't even tell which way he's facing. Go on a 3.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
What?
No, I just lost it. Hold
Also, hit me up, Rock, when I'm not streaming. I wouldn't mind sending you suggestions just through Instagram DMs.
Big
Oh, that's
Le Mans.
Mans. It's a white and red one. How do I know? Well, look at the shirt he's wearing. This is like his.
Yeah, I mean,
early
yeah.
days.
He's probably still in middle school at that point.
Probably before he's on the world tour. But Dave was showing me a photo of Le Mans on the early one.
That's a pretty sweet picture, though.
Yeah, that's rad. He's wearing it's like hand sewn or iron on letters. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad you shared that with us. That's something I did not know. Used bikes. What bike are you referencing? I know we've talked about a lot of your builds on here before, but I can't remember. Check out the South Side in Pittsburgh. Lots of great eats, drinks, great views. And if you want a tattoo, I know a guy. Yeah, Rock, you have a number of tattoos, right? I need to go there. I don't have any tattoos. If I got one, though, I'd get it from 2 doors down, my friend Brian. So, but I don't think I ever will. I've made it to, how old am I? 46.
I mean, what's the point of this? Right. You've gone this far.
Yeah, this body is a temple. Yeah, I'm real cautious with what I do with it. You don't have any, right?
No.
Me, you, and Pete. We had a band where the 3 people didn't have tattoos. And I think that was always, for me, one of the things I'm like, we're the rarest band out there. Like,
It did become that. It probably got mentioned at a few points. I mean, it's. We had spent all the money on drinks.
Yeah. I'll never forget Columbus Brad, who I just had lunch with. He put this temporary tattoo on his shoulder before we did the cross-country pics, and then he, sticks it way out in the group photo. It just
Make it real obvious.
so obvious. Yeah, it looks so bad. And but one of our friends walked up and he saw it. He goes, "Oh, did that hurt?" And Brad just goes, $50 worth of hurt. Your Cordoba saddle is made with real Corinthian leather? Is that a joke that's going over my head, or
Yes.
many fine-bound books of leather? That kind of Oh yeah. Oh yeah, 1500. That's the bike I have sitting right here for the my. Who be texting? Oh, nice used bikes. Oh, Large, you're trying to get me and you are gonna have Gates tattoo us matching tattoos. What are we gonna get? Should we get some kind of heart that when we put our hands together it forms one heart? Or when we stand back to back, our shoulders write something out. Friends forever, like a. If I did get a cat tattoo, Kevin style would suit me. Blue moon tattoos. Oh wow, your dad spent 20 years in the Navy and never got a tat, so he had the same tattoo. He was the rarest guy. He was the coolest guy in the Navy, because tattoos were common in the Navy. He was. Ooh, I almost knocked over this entire desk trying to cross this leg.
Black Anna's Pockety subscribes to the channel.
Pocket tea? Black Hannah's Pocket Tea. Welcome. My home smells of rich mahogany. Oh, nice. I have a couple like that, used bikes. I think my buddy Eric's drinking, getting a lot of texts. We did see that Dylan was coming to Youngstown, so that started the conversation. Also, meeting up with Micah, he just emailed me back at 10 a.m. on Friday for an idea I'm really stoked on. Did I tell you about the print zine idea?
Print zine.
I'll tell you after the stream. Don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet.
Yeah, that was a little teaser.
Yeah, a little teaser. Ben said he was thinking more full back pieces of Jared's face. Are we each getting half? Are we getting matching Jared face tattoos, or are we each getting half of Jared's face? That only when we come together. Oh, get a party size gang tattoo next time we're in Brooklyn. There we go. Will there be any tattoo artists that Gunk's Not Dead? Are you doing Gunk's Not Dead, Andrew? I thought you said you were. I know you did it last year. Tim loves one. Maybe we get the words to Friends Forever from the Saved by the Bell episode. Do you remember that one where they have a band? I think we actually listened to that on here one drunk night. So we got that, went down to Saved by the Bell.
I vaguely remember that
Yeah.
video and from recent.
Ricardo Monteblanc at Chrysler Cordoba. Look it up.
It's a real.
I'll get demonetized for the second time tonight. Yeah, that's what we were saying, balancing bike life. What happens when the counterculture becomes mainstream? Those of us without tattoos become the counterculture, right? Yeah. Oh, Dylan is coming to Hershey as well. Nice. Oh, hell yeah, Andrew. I'm so looking forward to Gunks. I think that's going to be a good time. I hope we have good weather, but I'm sure we'll make it fun no matter what. But this cat, man.
Has he moved at all?
Just as I moved to get more comfortable, and he's like, I'll find a way to stay here. Where do I got this? Oh, there was like a blue thing for the fan funding. I'm still trying to figure out how I gift subs on here that used to exist and now I can't find it. No, none of that does it. Start a Q&A, start a poll. I don't know, it is Google and YouTube. They change stuff nonstop. Teddy asked if anyone's going to the NYC 5-borough ride in May. A number of I know there are people from the channel who are going because a number of people have asked about it and talked about it in the Discord. I'm not, but I do want to get back to New York, but it wouldn't be in May. So, Kitty needs a friend. Hey, what are you doing? Now he's batting at all my stuff.
A lot of cords.
He's got the bandana. What are you doing, Edmund? Let's not go wrecking the place. All right, I think we're going to wrap it up for the night. Like I said, I streamed for 3.5 hours already today. Well, not including this hour and a half, right? Or hour and 10 minutes, whatever it is. But yeah, I think there might be another bike stream coming up. I know I've got another video half in the bag. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining me on both streams or either stream. It's been a lot of fun. So yeah, keep doing it. See you guys in the next one. Peace.
Okay. Okay, bye.
All right.
Cause this is not
Fitzwater photo.